Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy JadeJonny back here with another video. I'm almost over. It's just one more to go. That's all we got left to do is talk about blue. This is going to be the most mentally draining one for me because I really don't like this color in set 1. It does too many things, and it does all of them worse than everyone else. So let's just go ahead and start. Start off, we got Doflamingo. ×2 when attacking. You can pay 1 Dawn to rest the designated to reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a 7 Warlords of the Sea with a cost of 4 or less, you can play it. Okay, this is actually my first time seeing this card. 100% playable. Automatic, one of the greatest leaders out at the moment. Pay 1 Dawn. After committing 2 Dawn, so 7k, going up to 7k power to pay 1 Dawn. Yeah, 100% playable. I definitely think this is playable. I think you only play it in 7 Warlords tribal, but I really think it's really good. Obviously really good. I've been over Kaido. It's bad with blue cards, so we'll just leave it at that. Been over to Crocodile. It's really great with blue cards. I think that this is, if you're not playing Doflamingo mono 7 Warlord, tribal 7 Warlords, then you're playing Crocodile. So 100% playable, not gonna lie, playable. Arlong, Dawn ×1, activate. You can activate it in Restless card to pick 1 card from your opponent's hand and reveal it. If the revealed card is an event card, place 1 of their life cards on the... Okay. This is a very powerful card. On a scale from 1 to 10, if you're playing this in Crocodile, you win. So, yeah. If you're playing this in this Crocodile, this specific Crocodile, it is a god tier card. So, that's all we're going to say about Arlong. It's a very powerful card. I would say 8 or 9 power level. So I definitely get a 4 of in most, if not all decks, unless very specifically you're playing 7 Warlords Tribal. Even then, I think it's still playable. So don't get me wrong, it's a very powerful card. Next up, we got Vida. You may discard 1 card from your hand or bounce one of your opponent's characters cost 3 or less on attack. Dawn ×1. I don't think you play her. I mean, she's a very good card. The only downside is it says 3 or less, not more. So. You just have better cards to play than that. So next up we have Virgo. It's a vanilla, so we're not talking about it. Then we have Krieg. I'm so mad that this card is a vanilla. It should have been something else, dude. And it also shouldn't have been a slash. It should have had like special type explosion or something like that. So I don't know. Or special type Pierce. It should have had to Pierce. It should have had its own special unique typing for Pierce because of all the spikes that he had. So I definitely think that he is a very powerful card because he is Don Krieg. And I love Don Krieg. He's actually one of my favorite villains from One Piece. So I think it itself as a card is bad, but I love Don Krieg, so I love this card. Next up we have Crocodile. Banish if it deals damage. Instead of them going to the hand, they're removed. Very powerful card. Next up, here's the most powerful thing ever. Here is the most powerful thing ever. Dawn ×1, blue event card in your hand have a cost -1. This card right here is the single reason as to why I'm even bothering to review blue. Well, I mean, not that and the fact that I have to review blue for the content. So, hey, this card is by far the most powerful card in the color blue. Outside of maybe Arlong, because Arlong is very powerful. But this card right here, actually, I say this is a power level 10 card. I'd say this is a power level 10 card, actually. So this is the most powerful card in blue. That's all there is to say about it. And the alt art is even more powerful because it looks so much better. Next up, we have Gekko Moriah. This character gains double attack if you have 5 or less cards in your hand. This card will never be relevant. I'm kidding. This card will have relevancy. It's just hand manipulation is going to be really hard. Pause. Hand manipulation is going to be really hard. Unless you're playing 7 Warlords Tribal. Which, guess what? You're playing 7 Warlords Tribal. Unfortunately. Oh, no, it is a 4. Hey, it works. Yeah. Automatic 4 of and 7 Warlord's Trial. Yeah, let's put it that way. Caesar Clown, play 1 Smiley from your deck, then shuffle your deck when it's KO'd. Smiley, Dawn times 1, your turn for each card in your hand. It gets plus 1,000 power. This combo right here makes these 2 playable. So yeah, I think that's a 4 of for both. Draco Muhawk, 9 for 9. Unplay, place up to 1 character with a cost of 7 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. It's a powerful card, don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, I don't think 9. I mean, like, you're playing blue, so you have good defense, so 2 of. I don't say any more than 2. Let's put it that way. Especially in 7 Warlord Tribal, I don't say any more than 2. So yeah, I would say 2 of. Next we have Jimbei. Fishman Straw Hat Crew, place 1 character with a cost of 3 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck on play. If it was the 7 Warlords instead of Fishman, then it'd be playable, but unfortunately it's not 7 Warlords. So, Smiley, we already know that. Doflamingo, blocker, on play, look at the 5 cards at the top of your deck and place them at the bottom or top or any order. So I say because it's a blocker, it's a 4 of. Especially considering 7 Warlords is a C, I say it's a 4 of. But that second effect allows you to stack your deck effectively. So, because 5 cards deep is a lot, especially in this game. 5 cards deep is definitely a lot. So I say yeah, 4 of. Bartholomewcuma, 4 of, absolutely 4 of. The Pacifista cannot be underestimated. Like literally, right here, you can have as many of this card in your deck as the rules permit. I don't know what that means, but I think that means you could run 36 of them or 46 of them. So I mean, you could just run 46 of these, right? And then 4 of these, and if this dies, you can still play one of these. So I mean, I don't think that's a good idea, but I think that's what that means. So I mean. There is also vanilla as well, Pacifista. So I mean, like, I definitely think if you're running this, you're running yeah. So I think it is playable. 100% think it is playable. There's also another card that plays off Pacifistas. We'll get there in a second. We got Bellamy. We're gonna ignore that. We got Perona. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Rearrange them in any order. Then return them to the top or bottom of the deck. This is an objectively worse. This is objectively worse Doflamingo. So no, don't play her. Next we have Boa Hancock. She's 7 Warlords of the Sea, Kuja Pirates, blocker. After you, block your Dawn 1, and on block, if your hand is 5 or cards less, you draw a card. And it's also unattacking too. Okay, I was like, what? That's such a weird. Because I'm reading this right here. I'm not reading the card itself, because this card wasn't updated. So just to make sure that I'm reading updated text. 4 of, automatic 4 of. Especially 7 Warlords of the Sea. It's playable in Doflamingo. It can trigger off of Doflamingo, so definitely 4 of. Next we got up with Sol Sunday. She is a 4 of if you're playing Crocodile. Very specifically if you're playing Crocodile, because on KO, if your leader is Baroque Works, add 1 event card from your trash in your hand. Very specifically if you're playing Crocodile, you cannot play her in Doflamingo. Not even because you don't want to, it's just because you can't. Well, you can play her, but I mean, it's stupid to play her, so hey. Next up, we have Miss Double Finger Zala. On KO, draw 1 card. I say it's a 0 of, because it requires your opponent to kill it, and anything that requires your opponent to do anything is objectively bad. I mean, that's a fact of life. If your opponent has to do something for a card to do something, then it's bad. So we got Mocha. It's a vanilla, so no. Monet, basically vanilla, so no. Next up, we got Mr. 1 Daz Bones. If your leader is Baroque Works type, for every 2 event cards, this character gains plus 1,000 power. And it is Dawn times 1. I say this is a 4 of. Because you are going to be like playing a lot of event cards, or you're wanting to play a lot of event cards, so that's definitely say this is a 4 of. Next up, we got Mr. Two Bond Clay, Bentham. It's very specifically, again, only a 4 of if you're playing Crocodile, because it does say if your leader is Baroque Works. Next up, we got Mr. Two Bond Clay. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck on attack with Dawn times 1, so you're going to be hitting a leader with it with Dawn times 1. Reveal it to 1 event card with the Baroque Works and its type among them and add it to your hand. I think this is a 4 of, because you wanted that search for the events. The events are going to be how you prolong this game out, so definitely think it's a 4 of. Next up, we got Mr. Three Galdino on play. If your leader is Brockworks, choose one of your opponent's cast for lower characters until the end of your opponent's next turn. The chosen character cannot attack. If we had side decks, this would be a side deck card, but I don't know if you... I don't necessarily know if you play him. I think it's a niche play. I think it's one of those filler slots. So, yeah. Next up, we got Overheat. Your leader, one of your character gains plus 4,000 power during this battle. Then return one active character with the cost 3 or less to its owner's hand. This can bounce your search characters as well. So, do we have any search characters? I don't think we have any search characters actually. I don't think in this color we have any search characters on play. Yeah, no, I don't think we have any search characters. So, yeah, you can do down bounce Doflamingo. There you go. Okay. Don't know why you're bouncing a blocker, but I guess you could. And then you could also trigger return one character at the cost of 4 or less to its owner's hand. So I think it's playable, especially with Crocodile. It's going to be playable. So I mean, yeah. Next up, we got Officer Agents. Counterplay up to one character card to the rock 2 types, cost 3 or less from your hand without paying its cost. What do you play? Like, what do you want to play on a counter? I don't know. I think you play like... I think this is for... I don't actually know what your target is here. Yeah, no, I don't think you play Officer Agents. Because I don't know what the target is. Unless I'm just... Oh, we missed all Sunday. Duh. I saw Robin. I was like, oh, that's not it. Yeah. So, you play this, play Robin. I think Robin's literally one of your only targets outside of like Mr. 1 Dazbones or Mr. 2 Bonclay. But I think, yeah. So, I think it's playable, and Brock works very specifically. So, yeah. So only if your character is Crocodile. Next up, we got Desert Spada. Counter your leader. One of your characters gains plus 2,000 power during this battle. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Place them at the top or bottom of the deck in any order. Then it also trigger draw 2, then discard 1. So it's a looting effect on a trigger, and then it is defensive capability on a counter. Again, if you have Crocodile on board with Dawn ×1, this becomes free, so it's an automatic 4 of. Crescent Cutlass. If your leader has the 7 Warlords of the Sea type, return one character at the cost of 5 or less to the owner's hand. Becomes a 2 of with Crocodile, and yeah, so automatic 4 of. Top of that, it's searchable, so yeah. Baroque Works automatic 4 of. Just searches out your Baroque Works type cards other than Baroque Works itself, so automatic 4 of. Crocodile. Dawn ×1 gains blocker. Not good at all. Not in the slightest, actually. Just better to play a blocker without having to give up Dawn to play a blocker, because it's basically 5 to get a blocker. So, no, don't. Crocodile -4, return up to cost 5 or lower character to its owner's hand. No, you're playing the other Crocodile. You're not playing this one. Edward Weevil, Vanilla, ignore that. Crocodile. Blocker, Dawn ×1 on block. You get to bounce a cost 2 or lower to the bottom of its owner's deck. I don't think you're playing it. You could play it just because it's blocker, but I don't know. That's one of the filler slots. So if you find yourself lacking on blockers, I mean, you're playing it. Next up, we got Gekko Moriah on play. Add 1/7 Warlords of the type with a cost 4 or less. Other than Gekko Moriah from trash your hand, it's automatic 4 of. And 7 Warlords of the Sea. You're not playing it in Brockworks, so. Next up, we got Draco Mulehawk, draw 2, then discard 2, Dawn ×1 when attacking. It's a 2k counter, so you're probably just playing it for that 2k counter, but, I mean, getting to loot is also a really good thing, too, as well, so, up to you. Jimbei, no, it's vanilla, bad. Next up, we got Cinto Maru, Dawn ×1, active main, once returned, pay 2, then play up to 1 cost 4 or less pacifista from your deck, then shuffle your deck. So this is a very powerful card. On top of that, it also makes it to where when you use its effect, you also get to go to 5k power. So you get to hit a leader. So I say it's a very powerful card, very good card, and I say definitely play it. It's only going to get better the more pacifista support we get. So we got Trafalgar Law. He is a blocker for 1. You automatically play him as a 4 of in both the builds. I think that he is removable from the Baroque Works build, but I definitely think you do play him in the main 7 Warlords of the Sea build. Next up, we have Doflamingo on play. He bounces a 7 or lower cost character to its owner's hand. Bad card. Don't think you play him. Bartholomewcuma, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and return them into the bottom of the deck in any order. Don't think you play it. It doesn't do enough for what it asks. Buggy, you don't play Buggy even though he is God. Pacifista, you play 4 of these. 100% you play 4 of these. He's a very powerful card. He is an alternative option to the 4 for 5 that allows you to play however many. He doesn't have blocker, but that's good because he has the offensive capability that the others lack. So you play 4 of those inside the Pacifista build, which is probably going to be combo with Crocodile, is what I want to say. I guess you could combo him with Kaido too, but I think Crocodile's better. Yeah, I think this Crocodile is probably better. This Crocodile or the other one that bounces stuff. I think that might be the only time you play this Crocodile over there, right? The Crocodile. Oh, well. Next up, we have Boa Hancock. She's blocker for 3. She does have the trigger to play her, so, I mean, she is playable. I definitely think you play her as a 4 of inside the 7 Warlords build. Martial DT, you bounce a character 3 or less to its owner's hand on play. I don't think you play him. Ironic. Sables, return one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less to its owner's hand. If you're playing Broxworks, you're playing it. I don't think you're playing it in 7 Warlords, though. If it said counter, you would be, but it doesn't say counter. This one does, though, so I think you are playing it as a 4 of. I don't know. It all depends on the format. If you had side decks confirmed, this would be a side deck card. And then we have Level Up Beam, which is an automatic 4 of. Your leader up to one of your characters gains 4,000 power for the duration of this battle. Then if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, draw a card. Draw 1. You are allowed to counter with as many cards as you want to. So the second that you play this card, if this is your 3rd card in hand, if you have 5 cards in hand at the start of combat, and then you block with 2 and then play this one, you do draw a card. So I definitely think that this is automatic 4 of as it is. Oh, man. I made it through this one in less than 20 minutes. I'm so proud of myself. That's because I hate the color blue, and I don't want to talk about blue. So that's been set 1. I really think that the way to play blue in set 1 is probably going to be Doflamingo, 7 Warlords build. Though I definitely see a planet where Crocodile is playable with Brockworks. So, I mean... I definitely think that this is probably the least powerful deck, though, outside of Crocodile's Brockworks. I think Doflamingo is good, but I think Crocodile's Brockworks is better, and I think that every other deck is better than Brockworks outside of Wano Country. So, yeah. So, that being said, though, guys, this has been JadeJonny. This has been the full set review. At this point, we have reviewed the entirety of set 1 and the structure decks. All we can really walk away from this is Crocodile is trash. You only play this Crocodile with Bartholomewcuma. That's it. With the Pacifista build, this is the only way that you play this Crocodile. So that being said, though, guys, this has been JadeJonny. I'll be seeing you guys later in another video. Stay tuned because a lot more One Piece content's coming your way. Peace.